consequences. It's your boy Icon with some DC TV. And here this thing is almost over. We got a 2-hour season finale coming up, and I'm very sad to see this show go, but let's just try to enjoy it while we still can, because there's just so much happening, but, no spoilers. Like, let's get through 18 so we can get to episodes 19 and 20. So, in this particular episode, it actually starts with Lex Luthor and William Day, because in our previous episode, Andrea Rojas, who still has like the black medallion stone thingy, and she still dresses up in the cat suit, like she went in Lex Luthor's home and she stole his journal and his diary. She leaked his journal out to the tabloids, the press, talk shows, whatever, and people were on the news like reading his diary, reading his journal, reading his love poems. So of course that pissed Lex off, because he was in the middle of making a robot army for Mixley, so him and Mixley can take over the world. Mixley was upset because she was just like, oh, the crystal ball still doesn't show me where the truth totem is, and he was trying to Lex was trying to help her out with that because he still loves her. So now he's pissed off because he's just like, Andrea was the one that outed his journal, but Andrea put William's name to it. So because she put William's name to it, everybody thinks that William Day is responsible, for leaking Lex's journal. So now Lex is really pissed, and he wants to get his revenge. So, he's trying to get his information together. Like, Lex is trying to get the army together. There's a moment where the Super Friends end up finding out where the two of them are. They go onto the ship to try to fight them and take them out. And when Supergirl gets on the ship, she sees the Hope Totem, and she's just like, how did that get there? Because remember, like Lex said in the last episode, the energy of the totems can't be destroyed. Brainy said it too. One of them said, it might have been both of them or one of them. They said that the energy can't be destroyed. The totem will always reform itself, and it'll show up in another way, shape, or form. So, but the Hope Totem was on Lex's ship, Lex and Mixley's ship. They end up getting the Hope Totem. They stopped Lex and Mixley. Well, Mixley ended up blasting them through the dream world because she had the Dream Totem. But then, Brainy was able to steal the Dream Totem from her as well. So they got the Dream Totem now, and they got the Hope Totem, and now they're back at the fortress, like the Super Friends lair. So now the Super Friends are celebrating because they're just like, hey, we have all the totems. There was also another moment later on where they ended up going to battle with them again, and not only did they steal all the totems, that the rest of the totems that Lex and Mixley had in their possession, they also blew up their ship. So now Lex has nothing, Mixley has nothing. The Super Friends have all the totems. Kara said she put them in the Fortress of Solitude. I bet you she didn't tell Superman that. And now they're, the whole team is celebrating like a job well done. Now that everybody feels like the world is safe, they feel like now's the moment for them to rejoice and to, and to take in, some of their good fortune. Kelly and Alex are planning like a bachelorette party for everybody. There's, there was a thing where SMA was having problems in school because like her powers got out of control. And when her powers got out of control, Kara had suggested to Alex, she said maybe you should try to give her something like I had, because when she was a kid, her dad, Jeremiah, had given her the glasses, which were power dampening glasses, but it also allowed her not to keep her powers in check and for them not to go out of control. Alex, for some reason, got very insulted and offended by that, and then she was just like, don't tell me how to raise my daughter. And I was just like, well, damn. And that was so weird to me, because you would think Alex would understand where Kara is coming from, but Alex is just like such a, she's such like a walking on eggshells type of mom. She doesn't want any type of if she perceives something as criticism, she takes it as an immediate strike against her parenting, and now she's all upset. She even screamed at Kara, and I'm just like, really? Like the show's about to end, and we're doing a rift between the super sisters. Like, that's crazy, but then I said, but she gets mad, she yells at Kara, she's like, don't tell me how to parent my child, bitch. Like, she walked away. Brainy ended up getting some information from the future. And he was talking to Win. He actually did say Win when he was on the spaceship talking to the future. But we didn't hear Win's voice, but Win told him some stuff that he didn't want to hear. Win did confirm that in the future, Lex and Mixley do become a power couple, and the pursuit of the All-Stone is what eventually ended up getting Mixley killed, which is why Lex went back in time to try to save her life. But then he also revealed to Brainy that the big brain, as they call it. And I feel like when they say the big brain, they're talking about Brainiac. They just can't say the word Brainiac, so they refer to him as the big brain. But they're saying that he's the big brain is damaged, or it's in trouble. And Brainy, he needs to merge with the big brain in order to save it, or save their their species, and save their kind, the Kaluans. That's what they call them, the Kaluans. So but he was saying that they're basically asking him to sacrifice himself to save the big brain and to save his race. And that was very deep for me because I just figured it was going to be a situation where Win would call him and be like, hey, buddy, remember when you decided to stay in the 20th century because, there was like, what was it? It was like some computer virus in the atmosphere that affected Kaluans, and Brainy wasn't able to survive on Earth because of the virus. So him and Win switched places so Win can come up with a cure for the virus, and then, Brainy can stay with Kara and them. And then once, Win comes up with a cure for the virus, then the two of them can switch places again. I thought Win was telling him like, yo, it's time to switch. But not only did he tell him that, it's time for you to come back to the future, he was like, you also got to come back to the future to sacrifice yourself. So Brainy wasn't happy about that, and he was down about that throughout the course of the entire episode. He ended up speaking to Dreamer about it. Well, Dreamer found out about it because she saw a dream about it. And then, they argued. And then he was like, you don't think I don't want to go? And blah, blah, blah. It was like this whole emotional thing. And the two of them they're going to try to work on that and just enjoy the time that they got left. But both of them know he has to go. Like, there's no question about it. Mixley and Lex, at some point, they locate the Truth Totem. And when they locate the Truth Totem, Mixley had to go on her Cursix Truth mission. And the magical voice was just like, you must tell me your truth, your deepest truth. And, she gave this whole thing about, like, she tried different things, like, she said different things, but at the end of the day, she said that the truth is she's, like, scared to death of, like, letting people get close to her, letting people love her, because she's afraid that somebody's going to betray her. And it's hard for people to get close to her, so she says she doesn't know who to trust, who truly has her back, and who truly has her best interest at heart, and that's truly what, what scares her. And then the voice was just like, you have performed admirably. And then not only did the Truth Totem present itself to Mixley, it also showed her the truth about her fear. And they didn't tell us what it was, but you could tell she got something out of it. And then she goes over to Lex and she raps like a truth, because she has the power over the Truth Totem now. She ends up like rapping like a truth line around Lex, and then she told Lex, she was like, tell me how you really feel about me. She's like, do you really care? And then Lex like spilled his guts. He was just like, I would cross the oceans for you, and I would burn children for you, and whatever the case may be. And she was like, oh my God, you're telling the truth. And then she realized he was telling the truth, and then he told her, he was like, he said that, he's like, like, I do care about you. I have the deepest, most deepest feelings for you. And he said that our mission isn't done. He said that we can still win, we can still get these totems. And then he was just like, it's only a matter of time before your little crystal ball lights up. And then the crystal ball lit up. It's just like, did you know that was going to happen? And he was like, of course I did. I'm Lex Luthor, baby. But then what happened was, once she accepted the truth, because what the Truth Totem showed her, it told her the truth about Lex and about the two of them being together, about her falling for him. Once she accepted the truth of the two of them falling for each other, that's when her crystal ball started working for her again, and it was showing her where the other totems were. One of the totems that it showed her was the totem that's now attached to SMA's back, because SMA had the power to mimic the love totem. Before all that happened, the Super Friends now, Kara and Alex made up, like she apologized. Like, it was so weird because the two of them got into that argument and then like nothing happened, and then she apologized later on in the episode. But they go through that whole argument. Like both of them apologize, like, oh, you're my sister, no, you're my sister, and they hug and all this other bullshit. And so then they end up going to the Bachelorette Party. And Alex was a little, she was a little taken back at first. She was like, oh, I don't know if I should go. But they were just like, oh, you got to celebrate the moment. William offered to babysit Azame because she was doing this whole bake sale thing. And William helped her, bake her pie or her cookies for the thing. She won a contest for like the best baker. So William was just like, her and I kind of got a little bond together. So he said, I'll watch her and you all go to the party. Everybody's at the party. Lena's there. Everybody's there. Lena's shaking her ass. Everybody, shaking and getting down there partying. Jean said he was monitoring psychic activity or whatever. And so everybody's just like cooling out, relaxing, all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of school. And then at that moment, William and SMA are at the hideout, at the Super Friends hideout. Lex and Mixley show up because the crystal ball showed her where the totem was. So they know they have to go after the kid. They know they have to get the kid. And then at that moment, like the dinner bell or like the baking bell or the cooking bell went off. It was just like a nice little ting. And then when Lex showed up, he looked at William and he was just like, oh, Mr. Day, it appears your time is up. And I don't know why I laughed so hard when he said that shit. Like, I haven't said this in a long time, but Lex, you ain't shit for that. And then, so then now that now that they're in, Lex, he was like, "Oh, I disabled the security system, so the Super Friends aren't coming." Mixley went to go find SMA. She snatched up SMA, and then Lex basically shot and killed William and told William that was for leaking my journal, and that was fucked up because he wasn't even the one that leaked it. Earlier in the episode, after Andrea basically like outed Lex's journal, William went to Andrea and basically blessed her out, like cursed her out. And he was just like, "Oh, you and Lex are the same person. You have no morals. You have no moral high ground." They was like, "You stand for nothing. You're about nothing. Like, you don't help people. You hurt people." And he actually like read Andrea the Riot Act, which I thought was pretty damn cool because she deserved that because she be on that high horse. But then while Lex, like had William at gunpoint, he turned his phone on when Lex wasn't looking, and he recorded the entire situation with them being in the Super Friends hideout. And then after Lex shot him, he sent the video of Lex shooting him and killing him. He sent that footage to Andrea. And then when Andrea got the email and she opened the email, we heard the pop pop. And then they specifically let us hear the audio from when Lex says, "That's for leaking my journal." And now Andrea feels like shit. And she should, like, good for her, because like I said, she be ODing. And I'm just like, yo, and the fact that she still has the stone and her and Lena are still friends was like weird to me, because Lena made a whole big thing out of that stone. But so now like she has to come to terms, with that in the next episode. And I want to see where that goes too. I want to see, is she remorseful? Because like William basically said, like, she feels nothing, like she turned Catco into a circus. And I was like, I want to see if she repents on that. But I said, we'll see, 2 episodes left. We'll see what happens. So then, so William's dead. They snatch up SMA because she's the love totem now. They snatch her up and then they dip. Lex also had said that he had put a virus or something on the Super Friends computer, because they had taken a blood sample from SMA to determine, like, why she had that thing on her back. And Lex was able to like delay the results because he has control of their computer. So then when Alex finally got the alert about her test results and they found out that she does have 5th dimensional blood in her system, that's when they were just like, yo, she has the love totem on her back. And they immediately knew something was wrong. They flew back to the tower, and then when they fly back to the tower, they find William dead and they find SMA gone. And that's how the episode ended. I don't know how they're going to extract the love totem from this little girl. I don't, because they don't have any totems. I mean, they have the truth totem. They have the truth totem, and the other 5 are with Supergirl. So the love one is on the back of this girl's neck. And as I said, I tried so hard to stay away from spoilers, but I already saw who's in the season finale. I saw the damn photo of who was in the season finale, and I didn't want to see it. I saw the commercial, and I was just like, why did I was mad that I saw it. But so now that I know what's going to happen, I know who's going to be in the season finale. The question is, where do we go from here? Because if the All Stone is the end game, how do they get the All Stone? Like, where's the big threat to humanity if 5 of the totems are locked away in the Fortress of Solitude? Unless they trade the 5 totems that they have for SMA. And then, then it's going to be up to them to try to take them down. So we'll see. A lot of interesting things here. And they're already setting up everyone's exit. Like they're setting up the wedding between Alex and, and Kelly. Brainy's going back. They're setting that whole thing up. I mean, we don't know what John's going to do. But my prediction for Kara, I still feel like in the season finale, in the series, I keep saying season, in the series finale, I still feel like Kara is going to go back to Argo City and spend time with her parents, because both her parents are alive and well in Argo City, and that will get Supergirl off the show and off of Earth for a while, which will explain why she's not in the Armageddon crossover. So that was it, and thank you for tuning in. Leave your questions and comments below. Let me know what you think about William's death, like the fact that they killed William's character with 2 episodes to go. Are you upset by that? Do you think he got a raw deal? Did you not think he got a raw deal? What's your predictions for a lot of the characters? Where do you think certain people end up, and where things go from there? Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Instagram as always. Like I said, on YouTube, hit the notification bell, like and or subscribe to my channel so you can get notified when new stuff comes out. Because we're doing all the DC TV that's coming out. Doom Patrol. We just ended Stargirl. Stargirl's up on the channel. We got that Young Justice. We got Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow. So that's it, guys. 2 more episodes of Supergirl left. We have a 2-hour season finale. And just like they did with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a 2-hour season finale, I will take that 2 hours and break them up in 2 separate episodes so we we can talk about this stuff, you know, and give it its proper send off and its proper ending, one episode at a time. So that's it, guys. So till next time, so the next time we meet for Supergirl review, that'll be it. Like, that'll be it. So until the final up and away for the Girl of Steel. So until the final up and away for the Girl of Steel, take care, guys. Until next time, I'm out this bitch.